Hi everyone. Have you ever been packing for a vacation and you wished you could forget to pack your inner food critic? You'd like to leave her at home. That way you could enjoy your vacation, your cruise, without her making you feel bad about the buffet. So I'm going to be talking about that today because I actually recently just got back from a Danube River cruise, which was amazing. And I had an interesting conversation with a lady on board. So I'll tell you that story in a second. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christine Garrison, and I am a health coach, and I help midlife women stop self-sabotage and get their health back on track so that their next years can be their best years. So back to my story. It all started in Budapest, as any good story does, right? So we were on a Danube cruise and we were doing a few pre-excursion days in Budapest. And we were on a tour with people who were doing post-excursion days in Budapest. So we were with people who were literally just gotten off of the ship that we were just about to get onto. So we were on this tour and there was this lady, I was talking to her and I was asking her, hey, what are her recommendations? She's literally just gotten off the cruise that we're about to take. What would she recommend we do or see or try or whatever? So she was giving me her recommendations. One of them was to always order the soup. And she was absolutely correct about that. The soups were always amazing. And the other part of her story was very interesting. She told me she started her river cruise telling herself that she was going to be good and not order any of the desserts. Like if she was on the ship at mealtime, she wasn't going to order any desserts off the menu. She was going to be good. She can't have the dessert. She shouldn't have the desserts. And that lasted a couple of days, a couple of miserable days. She was saying that, she just made herself feel miserable. Meal times were stressful. She kept looking around to see what everybody else was getting. And by like the third day, she decided, screw it, I'm going to order all of the desserts. And on this river cruise, they would give you like different options for entrees. And, the desserts was always probably about 3 or 4 options on the menu. And, most people, we picked one. At that point, she picked all of them. She went from one extreme, I'm not going to have any desserts, to literally the polar opposite of I'm going to have all of the desserts. And this is also what she said, and I'll pay for it when I get home. Okay, so wish she had been one of my clients before she went on the cruise. But what she was kind of experiencing is what I call the don't think about white bears effect. That is referencing a classic study that was done in like the 50s or 60s in psychology where, you tell a group of people, whatever you do, don't think about white bears. You can probably guess what happens. Everybody thinks about white bears. You can't stop thinking about white bears. Same thing happens when we tell ourselves you can't have this, you shouldn't have that, you're not allowed to have that anymore. All it does is shine a gigantic spotlight on that very thing. So this poor lady gets on the ship and all she's doing is like shining the spotlight on all the desserts everywhere, constantly. And, she wants to enjoy her vacation, so she decided, forget it. And then she goes all the way to the other extreme. So I really wish she had been a client of mine before she went on the cruise, and then I could help her to see that there's actually a happy middle spot between those two extremes. There is a spot where you can have ease and confidence and trust yourself around all the desserts, around the buffet. You can develop that sense of trust and confidence in yourself. That's what I do with my clients. And if that's something that you might be interested in, please feel free to message me here on Facebook if you're interested in getting some support and help in your health journey, maybe getting your health back on track. I'd love to chat with you. We can set up a free 1-hour discovery chat, and you can decide if my private one-on-one coaching is something that you think might be beneficial to you. So let me know. Feel free to message me, Everybody have a great day, and leave me any comments below of the next river cruise you think we should take, because now we're totally hooked and we want to do it again. Thanks, everybody. Bye.